Good evening, Multiverse, and welcome to another exciting episode of MNW Warzone. I'm your host, Warzone General Manager Jerry Aldini, and we have a show for you tonight. We are still feeling reverberations from the tumultuous event that was Millennium Dragon. And out of that, we have not one, but two championship matches tonight. When Sasquatch Wing will defend the Underworld Championship for the very first time. And he is putting out an open challenge. It'll be really interesting to see who it is that he will face. But in your main event, we are getting a rematch with the Absolute Units, getting a chance to reclaim the tag titles from the Night's Watch. Also, after all of the events of Millennium Dragon, Sir Uncle Dunk is getting a tune-up match tonight. We'll hear more from Uncle later, and we've got some big news on Uncle's status. So trust me, you'll want to stay tuned for that. But first off, we have the second match in our best of 7 series between the Jin Osman Killick and Tiki the Troll. We are up. We've had the first match. Osman win. Can Tiki even it out? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's going to be getting down to the ring and heading to ringside. Although I guess I'm waiting for some people to get into gorilla position. Because sometimes, as much as you try and have a well-oiled machine backstage, stuff happens. Anyway, let's head down!
Your opening match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Osman Killick.
Shazam! No, wait, that's not the right magic word. But anyway, it's Osman Killick. Coming down this best of 7 series, which will end with one of these two claiming the series and getting a reward. What reward? I'm still working on that. They've said it's up to me. And by me, that also means obviously the brass. But we'll get it all figured out. We've still got a few matches to go. And folks, you know, we should have known he had something extra going on. That facial hair is a miracle unto itself.
And introducing their opponent, Tiki the Troll.
And it's time to pay the troll toll. Representing Soul Train, it's Tiki the Troll. That was him as part of his own streak, ending Osman's streak. That was the inspiration for having this best of 7 series, but they're both on board because why wouldn't they be? And here we go. It's times like this I remind, Osman is not a small guy, but Tiki's taller than he is. I always forget that. And I'm just realizing I don't know what average height is for a troll. I do know that's a drop toe hold into a calf crusher. And, oh, bam! And up, there he comes, Osman and Tiki going at it. That even matchup, I mean, that's what makes this whole best of 7 series so exciting. How evenly matched they are. Oh, clothesline in the corner. And, oh, slamming the troll. And with that splash, is Osman ready? Oh, maybe not. Tiki fighting back. And getting him into that calf crusher, but rope break. Pushing him off again. Oh, and getting splashed by Osman in the corner. Bringing him up and slamming him down. And finally, powerbomb. Kick out at 2. And that military press after walking him around. And, oh, a float over into a reverse DDT. And again, going for that calf crusher, but again, actually, I don't even think Osman tried to put his foot on the rope. I think that's just where Tiki landed him. Well, now he's under a bridge. Tiki very much wanting to even this series up 1-1. So he's going to put him under a bridge again.
And your winner, Tiki the Troll.
And he does it! Tiki the Troll has brought this series to 1-1. Folks, I just, you can feel it. You can feel it in your giblets that this best of 7 series is going to be one for the record books. With, of course, the standing question, is it going to have as much resounding impact as our last best of 7 series, which led to the formation of OTP, which, by the way, in just a very short amount of time, we are going to see a member of OTP in action. But before we get to that, we have a lot happening on the front of the Multiversal Heavyweight Championship, when last week the wide bastard MNW told our Multiversal Heavyweight Champion El Albatros that belt or no belt, he's coming for him. Well, let's see where we're going with that, as heading to ringside is the champ, El Albatros. Here he is, folks. After all these years, he is finally at the top of the ladder. But let's see what he has to say about the challenge from the wide bastard. I've been giving it much thought, and Minuano is not wrong. Minuano has that go-get-them attitude that reminds me so much of myself. Such gusto, such willingness to fight, that I do feel they've earned a chance. A chance to prove themselves. But they are not the only ones who deserve an opportunity. And I was pondering, Albatros, what is fair? And then it hit me. We have a pay-per-view coming up on March 30th. Future Shock! And I have decided. There will be an elimination chamber featuring all of the youngest, the newest members of our roster. And one of those fresh-faced wrestlers will win a shot against me. Why, I think it will be the Multiversal Ant, Draco Rex, Leon Arcaster, Minuano, and I'll throw in Nakano Kirishima to give the Bad Batch a shot. And then, of course, fresh off the Indies newcomer, Necron. Yes, I know he's on the belt. I think giving the young blood of MNW a chance to shine is absolutely the right thing to do. Give one of these young wrestlers the opportunity that, frankly, I was never really given in my day, because El Albatros is nothing if not magnanimous. What do you think of that, Multiverse? Hey, wait a minute, that's the Blue Hood! The Blue Hood is attacking Alba's at Millennium Dragon. Albatross cashed in the Mega Money in the Big Bank, while the Blue Hood cashed in his Wish, both at the same time. Oh, and taking down the ref. Oh, he's got a mic. Yeah, giving the newbies a shot, it's all well and good, Alba. But, you know what? I cashed in, you cashed in, and you attacked when I was attacking. And I feel all you did was use me to make it easier to take the belt off of Gable. So, you're talking about the young blood, that's great. But you and I, Alba, we're the old guard. And like you were before Millennium Dragon, I've never held the title. Which is why I'm telling you right now, either now or by Future Shock, I will become the Multiversal Heavyweight Championship. And until I get that shot, well, I'm a hero. I'm part of Hero Time. And you, what is the name of your group? Right. Los Villanos. Well, take it from this hero, villain. I am coming for you. And I'll get what I deserve. And you know the differences will be? It'll be straight up. You may not see me coming, but at least you'll have a chance at an honest fight. And I'm not going to say, what do you say? Because you don't have a choice. Okay, well, a lot happened there. I got to figure out what's going on. Okay, so Alba's proposing an elimination chamber of the Young Guard, and Blue Hood's proposing a matchup of the Old Guard. I'm gonna have to figure out how this is gonna work. Hang on, let me look at what the booking is looking like. I'll figure it. You know what? I've got until March 30th to get this all figured out. And now, we've got Nakano Kirishima on social media going, yes, put Hood in the chamber, do it. Can chase a belt and clobber a hero at the same time. I don't think that's exactly what the Hood's proposing, Nakano, but sure, we'll add that to the number of considerations going on. Oh, this is going to be... Well, you know what? It's the Multiversal Heavyweight Championship. If there weren't shenanigans going on, this wouldn't be Warzone. And I'd say Eric J. Erickson and Flashbang never have to deal with this, but they do. I know it's just... When I do get a chance to watch the show, I know it's just crazy over there. But... that is not what we have to worry about right now. It's time for our next match. And this one, there was a challenge. There was a gauntlet thrown down last week as Grizzly Adams declared that he and his new partners, OTP, were going to become a problem for the International Combat Club. Because he says Nice Ice robbed him of the shot at the title. So he is going to make their lives difficult. And, well, I think we're going to see the start of that right now, as it's going to be a member of OTP versus a member of the ICC. Which means it's time to head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Croc Vor.
It's the Cajun Cryptid. The Bayou Boy is here and looking to live up to OTP's name, One True Pain, and bring the pain to a member of the ICC.
And introducing their opponent, Lock-in.
The best stand-up comedian to come out of the East German Super Soldier program, Lock-in, who I did get a chance to talk to earlier today, and he insisted on telling me a joke. He said, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. And Lock-in right off the bat with a DDT. But he is already getting rolled around by Croc. And Croc Vor beating the drums of war. And down goes Lock-in, coming back into the ring. Oh, a good dodge by Lock-in. And a neck breaker. Drop toe hold. Croc getting up, shaking it off. Oh, flying punch! And again. I know we call him the Cajun Cryptid, and he's teaming with Grizzly Adam. Has he been learning tactics from drop bears? This is the question. He's eating the fingies. Oh, look out, Lock-In. It's time for a feeding frenzy. Well, actually, that's more of just a bunch of headbutts. I thought it was going to be a feeding frenzy. I got a little too excited. I guess Croc was just tenderizing the meat. And Lock-In in the corner. One. And a kick out at one. And a leg drop for good measure. There's the feeding frenzy on the outside. Is it really a match with Croc 4 until he's bitten someone? Oh, reversal by Lock-In. Oh, what a chop. And now Croc in the, I was going to say in the Tree of Woe, but guess it's not going to be Croc. Oh, now they're just trading blows. Normally, I'd feel sorry for whoever's trading blows with Lock-In. But if I know anything about Croc 4, it's that he is one tough SOB. The whole time they've been punching, Croc has been backing Lock-In up to the corner. And, I think, jawbreaker. I think Lock-In was trying to set up for a brick choke, and Croc saw it coming. Thought he was getting ready for a swamp dive, but, and now hung out to dry. Oh, there's one. He just somersaulted him.
And your winner, Croc 4.
Well, folks, last week, Grizzly Adams said that he and OTP were going to become the ICC's problem. And Croc 4 held up that promise. I just realized it took me a moment. Croc hit the brick joke. It's not just that he beat Lock-In. He used Lock-In's own move. Oh yeah, it's on. It's on. This is Croc 4 saying, "Come at me, boy." Oh boy, this is gonna be one to watch. Well, while we think about this, we have somebody we're going to hear from. We haven't heard a lot from because he is one of the newest members of our roster. But you just heard him called out by El Albatros as one of the up-and-comers that he wants in the Elimination Chamber. Let's hear from Hero Time's own Multiversal Ant. I have to tell you, I am grateful to hear from El Albatros. Getting a shot, that means a lot. Thank you for the opportunity, Alba. But I have to also praise my fellow Hero Time member, Blue Hood's tenacity. But most importantly, and I can't say this strongly enough, I am sick and tired of the Outlaws. We got rid of their leader, but we still have two nasty cankers on the ass of society. That metaphor got away from me, folks. Anyway, the point is, just when Hood challenges Alba, Nakano makes it about him. Now, I understand I've only been here just a short few months, but even I am already sick and tired of the wannabe cowboys. And if they want to join Theron in the unemployment line, then I'll make that happen, not as a vendetta, but to ensure the safety of the multiverse and protect MNW. And don't think I forgot what happened backstage. I haven't, and there will be repercussions. So you just hold on and you wait your turn, because I will get my hands on you. So says the Multiversal Ant. Well, that is, well, you know, of course this is how this is going to go. I'm not really surprised. Hang on, I have to look at something here. Sure, I had some stuff planned for tonight, but one of the truths and one of the advantages of being the general manager of Warzone is I get to do things. So, and we had Nakano with his call outs, and we had the Multiverse. Yeah. How does everyone feel about a tag match tonight? I mean, our main event's going to be a tag match, but I mean another tag match. Say, Hero Time versus the Outlaws. That sounds good, right? If Nakano and the Ant want to get their hands on each other, let's make it happen, but with partners. Yeah, I'm going to get in here and finish things up. In the meantime, as stated, we've got Uncle Dunk is going to have a tune-up match, and I've got an announcement about Uncle's status. But before we do that, we have some words from the man himself. So, folks, here is Sir Uncle Dunk.
There is a phrase that I have heard over and over again. Money corrupts. It makes sense. After all, wealth makes it far easier to avoid the consequences of your actions, so many end up doing horrible things since they can easily get away with it. Fines become trivial, bail can be paid, bribes can be made. It seems obvious. And yet, there are plenty of those with higher income brackets that choose to use it for good, donate to good causes, and try to help the less fortunate. It's easier to look at the rich who abuse their fortune, but they don't make up the entirety of the wealthy class. I suppose this raises the question, does money corrupt, or does it reveal what type of person you really are? I mention this because what Azir told me had me thinking. Is redemption possible? Am I only seeking redemption because I'm desperate to get out of my current situation? To be frank, I don't think so. I think the VI Pharaoh is simply using excuses for his own behavior. He is deflecting on me, saying redemption is impossible because he refuses to make himself better. Well, allow me to prove him wrong. Of course I want to get out of my predicament. No one wants to be poor, but I will no longer take shortcuts or cheat or take advantage of anyone to reach it. And the first steps to that is finding a stable income and getting some new damn clothes.
And I met with Sir Uncle Dunk earlier today. And we had a talk after I had talked with the brass. Now, first off, folks, Uncle is true to his word and actually went out and got a job. In fact, he didn't get a chance. He had to go do a shift after we talked. And he's had to come to the arena straight from his job, so he hasn't had time to change. So we'll deal with that in a moment when we get to ringside. But I checked with the brass, and Sir Uncle Dunk is back on the MNW payroll as well. So he is going to start collecting paychecks for his matches again. Now, is that enough to get him out of the dire strait? No, he's going to need extra income as well, but it's a step in the right direction. Now, with all of that, he did say that since he's gotten through the Face Your Fears match and is dealing with this new situation, he would like a tune-up match. And I'm like, that's perfectly fair. Anyway, the point is, let's head to ringside!
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing Sir Uncle Dunk.
Yeah, he can't afford ring music yet. That's something we're going to have to work on. Point is, though, it's Sir Uncle Dunk, and he's working, let's face it, he's working manual labor. It's not just that he's doing a job, he's doing a physically grueling one. And he is coming to ringside to face, I think this guy's name is Bear? Bear? It's a B name. But here is Sir Uncle Dunk, and of course the crowd's still not, I mean, everyone remembers what he was like before Multivania. Before life decided to humble the man. So there is a B name. And Sir Uncle Dunk, and they're off. And coming from behind is Uncle. And good kick. And, slamming him down. And B got it. No, I'm not going to call him B. That sounds too much like Buck Bumble. Let's call this guy B-Roll. I mean, I have his name here, but it's smudged. I spilled my squash rules. Anyway. B-Roll is hoisting up Sir Uncle Dunk and hanging him out to dry. I mean, let's be fair. Sir Uncle just got done with a shift at the construction site. So he's probably at least a little spent. Oh, on the knee. Look, Uncle has definitely gotten a new attitude, a better attitude, but he's still one of the best strikers, and let's face it, that muscle memory tells him sometimes to go rough. But, you know, as long as he is not overtly cheating, I'm fine with that. Oh, knee drop. Bringing the knee down. And boot to the head. Uncle getting him up. And knee to the face for B-Roll. And of course, B-Roll, like all local talent, hopes to one day follow the path of the multiversal ant and sign with MNW full-time. Oh, double axe handle from the mid-rope. But there's a lot of work that has to go into that.
And your winner, Sir Uncle Dunk.
And look how happy Uncle is. I think, yes, he won. He won fair, and he got paid for it. Well, that's a one for Uncle. Working his way back up. Well, folks, we have a lot happened at Millennium Dragon. And a lot happened recently afterwards, including last week we ended the show with our first showcase match in quite a while, featuring some wrestlers who we haven't seen a lot of, including one we hadn't seen for well over a year. And that is, of course, former Multiversal Heavyweight Champion Louis McDonald. And a lot of people were happy to see Louis back. But a lot of people are like, well, what's up with Louis? Well, there's one way to find out, and that is to let the man tell you himself. There he is, Louis McDonald. Had an impressive run as the champion. Let's hear what Louis has to say. It's good to be back, y'all. Now, well, I know you're all wondering where I've been. It's a simple story. I was hurt pretty bad last time I was here. I had to go and recuperate, heal, and then get back into ring shape. And that's part of the business. And I'll be honest. One thing that kept me going was the thought of coming back and reclaiming the world title from Uncle Duck after he, well, let's be honest, he stole it from me. We all know that. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't still sore about that. But, well, let's be honest, folks. As the one-time most hated man in MNW, I absolutely see the value in what Unkley's trying to do right now, working towards redemption, being honest about it, and trying to do the work. I, if anyone, can appreciate that. But Sergeant Major Payne made a really good point recently, pointing out that while Unkley is trying to better himself, trying to make amends, there is going to be a line of folks who might, maybe be willing to forgive, but certainly won't forget. Again, I'm speaking from personal experience. How long did it take me to get past the stigma of my own really sordid past? Because let's face it, we all know I admit what an ass I was. I'd be a hypocrite not to. So, Unkley, you may have to do what I did. Remember the one thing I did? Letting people come at me? Well, that's a good point. I mean, Louis is, if anyone's going to understand Unkley's current situation as far as redemption goes, I mean, this is probably the most significant redemption story in MNW history. At one point, Louis went into the ring and offered anyone who was mad at him a chance to just punch him in the face. It didn't get to that because he was attacked by Power Surge, but the offer was still made. So I think, but Louis has a lot to offer in this. But I think it also points out I think Louis himself still knows that not everyone is 100% forgiven him. All I'm saying is it is an interesting thing when somebody who went that low comes and tries to struggle back up and prove themselves, especially after doing a lot of horrible things. Remember, Louis McDonald, if there was one thing Louis was known for, it was stabbing folks in the back. And that's what a lot of folks thought he was doing while he was trying to redeem himself. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who think Unkley is still playing an angle. But those are all things, well, we'll just have to see how they play out. But for right now, I feel Louis proved himself and Unkley is putting in the work. So hopefully they both can stay the course. I will point out, however, as I said, there was one person who wasn't necessarily willing to forgive Louis McDonald for a very long time. And that was a pre-Hero Time Power Surge. Well, he is now part of Hero Time. And he does have a match and he is going after someone who fancies himself a villain. And if you think this match was hastily put together after what happened earlier in the show, you'd be right. I am winging it tonight, folks. You wouldn't believe. But all that means is let's head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Power Surge.
I suppose it'd be interesting to hear what Power Surge thinks about what has transpired regarding both Unkley and Louis tonight. But even Power Surge himself had a bit of a redemption arc. Obviously, he was nowhere near as bad as either of those two at their worst, but still, he has worked his way up. But he is also, and let's be honest, very specifically in Hero Time, the protege of the Blue Hood, who has made it clear he is going after El Albatros. So Power Surge is putting in a little down payment tonight, going after a member of Los Villanos.
And introducing their opponent, Strongman Bill.
The scion of the Bell Dynasty, and member of Los Villanos Ingobernable, Strongman Bell. And yeah, it seems that Hero Time is fighting on a lot of fronts. On one hand, Los Villanos. On the other, the Outlaws. And you have to hope they're not biting off more than they can chew. And we're off in it right away. Power Surge taking a hit. Strongman, well, coming out strong. And slamming powers. This has been all Strongman so far. Power Surge needs to start mounting some offense, or this is going to be a very quick match. And maybe this is it. Oh, and slamming him down. Getting him in that kneeling DDT. Now what? Oh, what elevation on that moonsault. Oh, what a flying arm drag takedown. Power Surge knows he started up on the back foot and needs to play some catch up. Oh, Strongman fighting his way out. Power Surge, of course, no. Oh, another DDT. Power Surge has to keep the momentum up against the stronger opponent. Oh, miscalculated the second moonsault. Oh, and Bell was ready for him. Hoist him. Oh, and now Bell looking to regain his momentum. Oh, you're not gonna go. He is coast to coast. Power Surge working his way back, and oh, got him locked in. Hoisting him down, and power line. Oh, and Bell barely got his shoulder up in time. Yep, Power Surge. Oh, I was going to say bring in the... Oh, yep, still bringing the heat. And with that elevated DDT... Oh, was going for the lightning strike, but Bill got out of the way. Hoisting him up. And the Oni combo. Kick out at 2. Power Surge not giving an inch because he can't. Otherwise, he will be a disadvantage to the stronger Bell. And now, oh, was going for that hesitation suplex. Maybe he hesitated too long. Power Surge taking advantage. And hitting him with that cutter. blue. And again, a high elevation moonsault.
And your winner, Power Surge.
And Power Surge comes out with the victory. And that is definitely a call out to Los Vianos and their leader, El Albatros. Hero time is coming for them, and he must beware the Blue Hood. And remember, that is not all we're going to be seeing of Hero Time here tonight. In fact, we're going to be seeing them very, and I mean very soon. But first, a lot happened. A lot happened at Millennium Dragon. And part of that was the events, well, the events that happened to the Dark Lords, losing to the newly formed team of TPK. And now it is time to hear from, at this point, I don't know if I would call him the leader of the Dark Lords, but certainly the most vocal member of the Dark Lords. Of course, I'm speaking of Jean Tristan. No. Jerry. Back up. I think I had a pre-recorded thing with Faye Valentine. Yes, I think there was a little something. Why don't go play that little audio and then come back to me, if you don't mind, please.
Excuse me, John. Following after the bitter loss at Millennium Dragon at the hands of TPK, leading into the new year with the Nexus and the Dark Lords, what are your plans, especially with your 4-year anniversary in the company coming up?
Faye, please, shut up for once. In fact, I will pay you to take this and get out of the building. Now. Actually, I'm feeling so generous, I'd like to share that generosity with the rest of the roster. Have a good night, Warzone. In fact, I command you to.
Why waste good intimidation? Went through all that effort, please. Now, besides commanding you to have a good time, I do have a confession to make. I just didn't feel like making it to Faye. I wanted to do it here, in front of everyone. And it's a sad admission, but the Dark Lords, we've lost something. We've lost our power. We've lost our place in the MNW hierarchy. And this is, well, unthinkable, untenable, intolerable. It must be dealt with, but I have not lasted all of these centuries being a fool, and neither have my compatriots. taking the direct course, the bludgeoning bull-headed, taking on all challenges, doing match after match, trying to scrape our way back up. That's not our way now, is it? So beware, Warzone. The Dark Lords will inevitably emerge victorious once again. But until then, you never know what shadow we're lurking in, what corner we are hiding around. So beware. Okay, great. So he made sure we got audio just so he could intimidate one of our reporters. And then he comes out and basically promises that the Dark Lords are going to be the boogeyman. And the person who has something to say about that is Faye, who is saying, I'm all right, guys. Mr. Bats and I are in a bunker, not dealing with that. He did give me one last thing, though, on site. Yeah. Or, no, that was a question on site. You know what? It's going to be all right, Faye. You know, you just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Great job, Faye. Great job. Top marks. I mean, I'm your boss. I can say that. Well, with that, at this point, we have a lot more to go, including, well, Hero Time versus the Outlaws, Sasquatch Swings Underworld Open Challenge, and of course, the main event, the Absolute Units versus the Night Watch for the tag belts. But before we can get to any of that, it's time for a commercial break. Yeah, because we're a business, folks. And one of the ways you make money in the big bad world of broadcast is commercials. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Hero Time versus the Outlaws. See you after the break.
Don't you just hate it when you're in a great one-on-one match, going up for a fly-high-end moonsault when you totally miss and eat more turnbuckle than a ravenous George the Animal Steel? Then you, my friend, might need to get your eyes checked. Hi, I'm former professional wrestler Dr. See It Coming, and we here at Eye to Eye Optometrists specialize in glasses, contact lenses, and overall eye health for the wrestling impaired. Our flexible, one-of-a-kind contact lenses are guaranteed to fit all sizes and be a comfort fit even as you get your eyes poked out by your mortal enemy. We even have some eyewitnesses to testify how great these eyes are. Mr. Simon the Psycho, what do you think of your new contact lenses? Oh, God! Oh, there goes our new intern. Ha ha! Come on down and book an appointment with Dr. See It Coming, and you and I will see eye to eye.
Sup, dudes? Do you want to look as gnarly as one of your favorite wrestlers on show who's holding one of the world titles from MNW? Well, you totally can, without even leaving your couch at Totally Tyler's Titles. For only $39.99, you too can own a complete replica of one of MNW's famous titles, like the MNW World Heavyweight Championship, the Tag Team, the Nexus Titan, the Interdimensional Championship, dude. So you can show off to your parents and show how gnarly you are, or you could secretly try and claim that you're formerly the title champion holder by holding a knockoff title. So come on down to Totally Tyler's Titles, where you can be a title holder today.
No official MNW wrestlers are allowed to hold the titles if they're a replica, unless you want to talk to Jim in the back.
What are you, blind, Rev? He clearly went for a roll-up reverse coil. This just can't be happening. This is some bull!
Is this you? Well, even if it isn't, I'm sure many of you have met these kinds of people, just marking up the walls of your favorite shows. Don't worry, we have the solution. With the Mark Manager. Yes, with the Mark Manager, we clean up the big marks, small marks, marks you didn't realize that were there, and marks that have always been there. We've even updated our product to help you clean off the toughest of marks.
Of course he was gonna lose the championship. If you'll look at my 42-page blog from last week, we can clearly see that the producers were going to have him. Hey, what are you doing? Ah!
So sign up and get your Mark Manager today. And remember, with a little bit of, any mark is manageable.
Fuck, it went up my nose!
Hey baby, it's me, Suplex Sam, and I'm here to tell you about my brand new experience, baby. On the Suplex Express, we're serving up hot dishes and hot meals for all your homies. It's time for Suplex Sam, the soup made for me, baby. Sam I am. Tired of your lunches being soupless? Don't worry, baby. Suplex Sam's got you covered. We got all the flavors. Wonton Wilson's, the beef drippings, the Doctor of Alphagetti, and the VI Pheromone. And of course, the signature soup, the Plex, so you can have your Suplex any day, anytime with yours truly, baby. So come on down to the Suplex Express and get yourself a can of Suplex Sam.
Are your Hebes and Jeebies? Are your ants in your pants? Do you get the butterflies in your stomach when you have to go up against a 400-pound, muscle-bound murder man who's trying to beat you in the ring? Don't worry, we have the solution for you. From the makers of the laxative product Let It Go comes the anti-anxiety medication Fuck It All. That's right, with a big old scoop of Fuck It All, you too can get yourself relaxed before any situation. Hand-picked and freshly squeezed from the teats of Tibetan relaxation monks. It comes with absolutely no long-term side effects. No, not at all. Yes, the anti-anxiety can make you stand up and say, Fuck it all.
Warning, this product may contain extreme doses of caffeine and methamphetamine. If consumed by more than one human, those 2 humans may or may not cause to duel or explode, and this product is dairy-free.
High Flyer Airlines is the leading air carrier for all professional wrestling. We customized our planes to fit the biggest of egos. With fine velvet and leather seats, a custom-made full banquet by Chef Manatee, and a working vocal booth, so you can make your promos while you're on the go.
Wait a minute, this isn't a bathroom!
High Flyer Airlines. We're leading the air in wrestling care.
I'm stuck inside the booth!
Introducing Mizuki and Nero action figure dolls with intense hand-holding couple action, maximum lewdness. Watch the world's deadliest power couple have intense action conversations.
Honey, did you take out the dog today? I ate the dog! Very good.
Oh yeah! Push the buttons on the back of both action dolls to get both of them to be the parents of heirs. The new Mizuki and Nero action figure dolls.
Each sold separately, but then put together as a couple.
And we're back. All right, folks, it has been a crazy night here. But before we get into our next matchup, we had just heard from Jean Tristam. It turns out we've got a response from none other than his rival creature of the night, the trustworthy, and apparently now that is a completely legitimate term to use for him, Samjack.
We are in the new year, MNW. One small step leads to one big trip. Not my glorious performance last week, but it won't deter me from my goal of redemption. I've learned of praises from my good friend Gorm during the match. Despite everything I've had him to do under our long-term alliance, he respects me as much as I respect him. The key word being respect. It has bonded him with Dagaric and the newcomer Draco Lex to usurp the trio Dark Lords and Millennium Dragon. It is the word that is lacking in the former Dark Trios team. You see, John, you walk around with men who've cut ties to those they falsely trusted to their old stables. XR and O King. Faces of fear, more like traces of tears. Empire of Terror, more like Empire of Nevermore. You walk on a sharp double-bladed sword, Wisdom. One false move, and the blade will cut your head from your shoulders. Not unless you be the one to strike first. I, Semjax, will keep my eyes on you, for I am your boogeyman.
So, Sam Jax is vowing to be the boogeyman for the boogeyman. Or is he saying he is the person that kills the boogeyman? I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. Anyway, something to contemplate, but until we get to that point, now is the time for our next matchup. And as I said, it is going to be Hero Time versus the Outlaws. What more is there to say but let's head to ringside.
The following is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, it's Hero Time.
It is the multiversal ant and the master of 8,602 moves, Kane. And they are Hero Time. So, time to check your clock. And we heard from the ant earlier tonight, calling out, well, Nakano because of an earlier backstage brawl, but also as a warning that he is just sick and tired of the Outlaws.
And introducing their opponents, the Outlaws.
There they are, the Outlaws, the last men standing. CJR Killer and Nakano Kirishima. Now that their partner, Darren Markov, is no longer employed with MNW, as that was the stipulation at War Games. And here we are, starting out with Kane and Nakano. Oh! Kane being dragged down into a headlock. Kane ain't getting it. That getting a little discombobulated due to a blow from behind by CJR Killer. And oh! Rough landing. And a tag, it's Nakano again. But Kane gets the kick. And now stretching the arm. And now in comes the Ant and Nakano and the oh! Boot to the head. These two have a rivalry, and that is a fact. And both have been invited into the Elimination Chamber by El Albatros. Still going to figure out how that's going to work, with Alba also being challenged by the Blue Hood. And again, one of those big drop kicks by Nakano. And hoisting Kane up and bringing him into the corner. Oh! Tossing Nakano, unfortunately hit the ref. And Nakano, oh, taking it hard on the back. Another drop kick by Nakano's getting a lot of mileage out of that kick tonight. And here comes CJ. Oh, DDT by the Ant. Oh, taunt to body. And he's hung out to dry. And oh, Kane showing Nakano why he is one of the master tacticians. Hoisting the Ant. Oh, nobody home. And oh, he's getting ready to go after the Ant, but the Ant fights back. Kick out at 2. Looked for like one of the barest of seconds. CGR was going to get involved. And Oh! Hit with a stunner. Whipping the ant into the ropes. And now the ant is down and oh! And another kick out at 2. Kick from the top. Nakano is just bringing the pain. Another series of kicks. Can he make it happen? 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Slamming him down and... Oh, I thought he was going to tag in Kane. No, he's going uptown. Oh, Nakano out of the way. And CJR back in. Doesn't look good for the ant. He is about to go. Oh! I thought he was about to get dead or alive, but he fought his way out. But, not enough. Dead or alive.
And your winners, the Outlaws.
Well, folks, that was a hell of a match. But I personally, as your general manager, I don't feel satisfied with that result. Because Ant and Nakano, I don't think it necessarily solved anything. It wasn't Nakano who pinned the Ant, it was CJR Killer. Gonna have to do something about that. And I know just the thing to do. I am calling it right here, right now. Next week, in your main event, it will be the Multiversal Ant versus Nakano Kirishima. But that's next week. We have more things to deal with this week, including, folks, last week. Well, Adrian Driscoll, of course, and this involves the Multiversal Ant because he was in the match. Adrian Driscoll pinned the Ant in a triple threat match to take Juan Chance's TTV championship. Driscoll is now your TTV champion, and he told people that he will take on anyone who is willing to make a deal to get a shot at the TTV belt. And the first person to step up was Juan Chance, looking for one more chance. And he said he knows Driscoll's going to want a deal and he wants to hear what it is. Well, I think we're about to find out. Because we are now heading to ringside and to hear from your TTV champion, Adrian Driscoll. Now, I think you all know that Adrian Driscoll is a man of his word. One chance. You want to come back and you want to get what you feel is yours. Well, old Adrian Driscoll can appreciate that. But I am a man of my word, and as I said, there has to be a deal. And this is my deal, Juan. Because you were saved from me at Millennium Dragon by that true hero, the multiversal ant. And if you want your title shot, my deal, Juan, isn't gonna be with you. It's gonna be with the ant. And it's gonna be a very simple one, because Cherry Aldini just handed me all the cards I could ever want. If you want your match with me, one chance. And if Multiversal Ant wants you to have that match, then the Multiversal Ant cannot win his match next week against Nakano Kirishima. If the Ant loses, then I will put my belt online against you. But if the Ant wins, well, then I'm just gonna have to wait for my next contender, because your opportunity will be up in smoke. Ball's in your court, Ant. Why, that low-down, dirty SOB! It's not even a deal with Juan! If Juan is going to get his shot against Adrian, the Ant has to, basically telling the Ant to take a dive, is what he's doing. He's basically telling the Ant that to prove he's a real hero by sacrificing his grudge match against Nakano. Oh, what a dirty son of a bitch. Well, as he said, the ball is now in the Ant's court in the main event next week, which I just made. Ugh. You know what? Fine. We'll worry about that next week. For now, we've got a championship match to get to. At Millennium Dragon, Sasquatch Wing won the Underworld Championship from Necrom. Squatch has put out an open challenge tonight for his title. Who has stepped up to go after the largest wrestler in MNW? Well, there's only one way we're going to find out, and that is to head to ringside.
The following is for the Underworld Championship. Introducing first, it's Devin.
I'm going to be honest, folks. Part of me is a little surprised because Devin is so hyper-focused on going after the tag belts. But I guess a championship is a championship. So he is going to go and take on Sasquatch Wing for the Underworld. That would be Devin's first singles title if he wins. I guess being hungry for gold is being hungry for gold.
And introducing their opponent, they are the Underworld Champion, Sasquatch Wing.
There he is, folks, Sasquatch Wing, second richest man in the multiverse. Well, yeah, I mean, he's a man. I mean, he's male, so that counts. Gives a lot of weight to chair, folks. He is an entrepreneur and a philanthropist. And a champion, now holding the Underworld belt. And that's not a long history. I think, wasn't Squatch one of the wrestlers that went to the Under? That's what it's all about. There's Devin looking to get singles gold for the first time. But he's got to get through. Well, Sasquatch Wing. That is a whole lot of wrestler. And for the first time, Squatch putting his shiny belt on the line. There is the ceremony of the belt. And one of the things Devin's got now, Devin is a skilled MMA wrestler, which means he does have strategies for taking on bigger opponents. But they don't come bigger than Sasquatch Wing. With that DDT, he is showing he is going for it. Oh, and outside goes Devin. Splayed out right next to the Spanish announce table. And, oh, the bell ringer and the timer are not happy about that. Squatch landing blows. That is not where Devin wants to be. That is a whole lot of Sasquatch. Oh, cross body. And oh, just sort of hucking him. Kick out at one. Devin is definitely feeling it. And up goes Devin again. Oh, another military press. Oh, the gullet. Devin, again, going after bigger opponents has never intimidated Devin one little bit. In fact, this is not the first time he's been in a ring with Sasquatch Wing, although it might be the first time they've gone at it solo. And a DDT on Squatch. Could this be it? Nope. And again, raining blows. But getting a return receipt courtesy of Sasquatch Wing. Shoot cutter! Oh, he was getting ready, I think, for the STF. Oh, instead of getting his back raked. Oh, he just got Squatch's attention. No, Devin, do not trade blows with a Sasquatch. He doesn't just have big feet, he's got big fists. One, two, three.
Your winner and still Underworld Champion, Sasquatch Wing.
Well, that is Squatch's first title defense in the book. Still your Underworld Champion. Makes me wonder if this open challenge is gonna be a thing with him now. I guess we'll have to see, but for tonight, it was, and he won. Well, we're just about there, but I have one last thing I have to get through. And it is, well, first off, got a social media post from Nakano Kirishima saying, Jerry Brass, hit me up if Adrian wants to get in our tussle. I've got some ideas. Nakano, all Adrian said is that Ant has to lose. He never said anything about him getting involved. And more importantly, I am not going to facilitate anything like that. If you want to make a deal with Adrian Driscoll, you can do that on your own time. But no, we are not getting any further involved in that. And then backstage, Sasquatch Wing posting out, want a fight, get a fight. That's how this one do. Bring them on. You know what? This next, you know what? I'm not even going to give you a preamble on this thing before we get to our main event. We're just going to head down to the ring because it's going to be bad enough as it is. Anyway, here's Wonderball. Look, how much do I got to say? Keep telling you all this, and especially you, Payne. I beat you again, Payne. I beat you again. And I'll just keep, Payne, I'm going to keep beating you, all right? We could do this forever. I got no problem with that. it's a paycheck for me anytime, yeah. But sooner or later, Pain, you're going to have to wake up to the truth I've been laying down. You cannot go in all squeaky clean like you have been and expect everything to just go your way. It's not how it works. You got to do what you got to do to win. And as a wise man said, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. And I think those are just words to live by. So you, you can hold on to whatever moral high ground you want. I'll be right here, basking in my glory. Well, somebody took exception. Because here's the man, he's been having issue with this whole time. It is Sergeant Major Payne. Oh my fucking God, are you annoying? Look, I get it. You think you know what? You think you're some, so bright, so high and mighty, big shot Wonderball because you beat me a few times underhandedly. Well, you know what? It's not going to work forever. Isn't it? It seems to be working pretty good for me. So, hey, I got a great idea. Don't you have a title shot? Yeah. At some point, Jerry's got to work out a deal with Flashbang so you can go after, what's his name, Billy Dog, and try and get your big oof back. Oh, we're going here, are we? Oh, that's so now I see. You know what? This all makes sense. Of course, you want my big oof shot. That's what this has all been about this whole damn time, hasn't it? No. This has all been me just showing what a loser you are and how you can't get ahead unless you're willing to do what you got to do. But I mean, I've humbled you enough times that I figure I should get something for the lessons I'm giving you. You know, I do know one thing. Do I think you deserve my big oof shot? No. Do I think I want to get my hands on you again? Yeah. Now, that's a question that I have to struggle with is, am I willing to put my shot on the line? Well, yeah, that is the point. Are you? You say you want to prove me wrong, even though I've been proven right time and again. And I'm saying you want to do that, well, you got to sweeten the pot. So what's it going to be, Payne? Gonna give me your title shot? First off, I am not going to give you my title shot. If, and it's a mighty big if, we have a match for that. It'll be straight up, but I'm going to see what I can do to make sure that for once it's a straight up match. So, you know what? Why don't you give me a little time to sleep on it? You sure you don't want to do that? You seem to be snoozy in the ring most of the time. But, yeah, no, you do what you got to do. You think about what you got to think about. You bring whatever you think you've got to bring. And sooner or later, you know you're gonna do it. You know you're gonna do it. You can't help yourself. That might be. And whether it's inevitable or not doesn't change the fact that I am going to get my hands on you, and I am going to show you, not that I'm better, not that you're stupider, but simply you're full of shit. Okay, well now I gotta figure this out. I don't think anything was said definitively, but I see where this is heading. Well, folks, one more thing I gotta deal with. And of course, we're still heading to the inevitability, which is Future Shock at the end of March. Well, while that's going on, I will, and this is as simple as I can put it, deal with that at another time. For right now, we have one last match tonight. It is time for your main event at Millennium Dragon. We had 4 teams get in the ring to challenge for the Multiversal Tag Team Championship. And the Night's Watch walked away with the gold. And the Absolute Units would like a chance one-on-one to win them back. And we are about to see it right here, right now. So say it with me. It is time for your main event. Let's do this.
The following is for the Multiversal Tag Team Championship and is your main event. Introducing first, the Absolute Units.
The Absolute Units being accompanied at ringside by TJ the Mint Gable, Adonis Washington, and Forrest the Fortress Wade. Which reminds me, I gotta get my tax paperwork all gathered up, make sure I've got all my forms, because it's that time of year. I always go to Force, it gives me a great return every time, folks. Every single time. But right now, we are not worried about tax returns. We're worried about Tag Team Gold.
And introducing their opponents, they are the Multiversal Tag Team Champions. The Night's Watch.
Alistair Evergreen and Gunnar Birch, the Night's Watch. They vowed they were going to get gold, and they kept that promise. They are, it's been interesting because they seem to be getting they've been playing a little rougher than they used to in the past, shall we say. And that's what it's all about. The Tag Team Championship. There they are, the challengers, until recently the champions, the Absolute Units, and our new champions, the Hardcore Hound, Alistair Evergreen, and Gunnar Birch. And this is now their first official title defense. And there is what it is all about. We are going to start out with Forrest Wade and Alistair Evergreen. The Taxman versus the Wolfman. And immediately in comes Gunnar. Now, TJ Gable has reached, knowing the value of training after losing his multiversal heavyweight championship to El Albatros, has said he might want to seek further training and is looking at none other than Sasquatch Wing to provide that training for him and possibly the rest of the units. So Sasquatch Wing, who we just saw defend his Underworld belt. And Squatch has stated he's interested. Oh, and down goes Forrest. Forrest bringing Alistair back into the ring. Oh, and right into a punch. And the Hardcore Hound brings the Ninja back in. Bringing the pain. I think at this point, Forrest might be wise to try and bring in Adonis. And, the power of Force. Snake Eyes! And, down goes Evergreen. Breaking the elbow. Chopping him off at the knee. And over the top rope he goes. And there goes his partner. It is the numbers game right now favoring the unit. Oh! Adonis going after Gunnar, but he'll have to get back in the ring. Alistair is the legal man. And if he gets counted out, that doesn't get him the belts back. Bouncing his head off the turnbuckle. And now just headbutting him. Adonis fighting back. Going for the pin. 1. And it's a 1 count. And slammed into the corner. Working the leg. softening him up. Is he getting that opportunity set up? And, suplex. 1. Kick out at 1. Ooh, good follow-up on that throw into the corner. Still working the leg. And just driving his boot into the gullet of Evergreen. Oh, and Evergreen, knowing he's in the wrong part of town, fighting his way out. Chopping him off at the leg. And now Gunnar Birch in the wrong part of town. Oh! Brutally hurled by Adonis. And pulling him up again. Into the corner. And tagging in Forrest up. And now it is, double elbows. And a splash by the big man. Let me tell you, it's not many people who go up against Gunnar Birch and can be considered the big man. And hoisting up Adonis is not working out, and snake eyes. Adonis fighting his way out. Wants that gold back. Sling Blade. The units, of course, were tag champions since Multivania. Only to lose in that four-way dance for the belts. And Alistair hits him. And now he's bringing him up again, and some brutal kicks. Jawbreaker. And down goes the Hardcore Hound. And now both units are down. Alistair was focused on Adonis, forgetting that Forrest was the legal man. And now Adonis comes back in. And gets him with Wonderland. Decides to go after Forrest again.